right, so it's starting day 84, and it's not even really starting. We are well into 84. I met with a friend in the town of Pavia, which is south of Milan. So I had to drive all the way down here, and it's a flat area. We're in the middle of the Po Valley, so once again, big agriculture, known for that for the last 3,000 plus years. And we're on our way to Turin, so we're finally going to get to see Turin, and I don't know if I'm going to stick around there very long. We may see part of it today. It's late, it's already 2 p.m. so I don't know how much we're going to see, but when we get there we'll see some of it, and then I think we're going to go straight north. It is hot. I got to get back in the mountains, one, to do hiking, and two, to get out of the heat. So stick around, let's see Turin. Okay, so we just got to Turin, and this is the first thing we're seeing. It's a monument to the Carabinieri, which is basically a monument to fallen soldiers who fought and died. We got a lot to see in this town. I got as close to parking as I could. It's free parking today, but in the city center you're gonna see there's not a lot of parking. Let's get to it. So here we have the Opera Hall, and it's across the street, minus graffiti, hold on, minus a nice walkway from this, which is Madame Palace, or Madame Square. Let's just call it Madame Square, okay? And that's a castle. I don't know the name of the castle yet. Stand by and I'll let you know. So you can see, minus the castle, I'm going to tell you that in a second here, just how big Turin is. I mean, this goes on for a ways, and there's multiple rows of just columns after column. We might have to come back tomorrow and just pay for the parking, unfortunately. Today it's free, and we like taking advantage of that. So Piazza Castello down there with Piazza Madame, which we're just at, is on one side of Via Po. The street is called Via Po, and basically these porticos were extended in 1736 to give Turin, an enhanced area. Never mind the garbage truck going by, sorry about that. But down there where the garbage truck is going is the home of the Savoy house, as well as basically their royal residence, we'll call it that. At least that's what I'm... So a little more about Via Po here. So while it was started in the 17th century, aka the 1600s, okay, it was blown up by the British in 1940, okay, in World War II. So most of what you're seeing is kind of a reconstruct. So I just came across, I wasn't planning on this, but there it is. This is Mole Antonelli. I'm gonna write down below. Just call it the Mole for now. It's basically the biggest structure in Turin, and it's the most identifiable. It may have a museum in it. Let's go check it out. So it was originally built as a mausoleum, and now it houses a cinema, the city's cinema club, basically, which, that's not a bad use. Probably brings people in. And what I particularly like is Thor's hammer somehow landed on it. A giant Thor's hammer from Marvel. Classy. So we're going to come back tomorrow and do this because I only got an hour and a half and 15 euros to go in. I think it'd be better off tomorrow. I want to see more of this city right now. So we were over there on Via Po, and we walked not down the street, we came up it actually, but you can see from here, just going down there's another monument. We're going to go check that one out. But I just want to show you, and down here we have another big old church. There's so much to see that it's almost too much. So we found a nice pedestrian zone, walking street, probably one of many. And I'm just going to pan around just to turn the camera around so you can see where we're going. We're going to head down there to the train station because supposedly this gelateria called Grom, that's their first location, somewhere down there. And I guess it's like the best around. So let's get to it. So we have a nice city park on the way over to Grom, the gelateria. There's the train station. And our destination is right over there. All right, I'm in here by myself right now. So I'm going to show you this real quick. So we went with a mango, and we got a salted caramel on the bottom. We're gonna get granite after this. The name of the place is Grom, as if it's like a Klingon god or something. Anyway, it's the very first store. Supposedly it's really good, and we're gonna give it a shot right now. So I almost finished it before I can show you. It's so good, really good. Now I also got a granite with lemon, and this is basically like shaved ice, but it's better. It's more smooth, and this is gonna be fantastic too. I'm pretty sure. So I came to this restaurant to get a Greek salad, and that's it right there. I took a photo before I started eating it. No lettuce, so that happens sometimes, but at least we get some vegetables. And then I've also ordered chicken gyro to go, so we'll see how that works out. So in our continued exploration, we've just come across another monument. We have two statues. The left one representing Poe, and the water flowing was restored in 2005 after many structural issues. And then, oh my gosh, my fingers are in the way there. And then we have Dora, which is the other river, represented by this woman, statue, female, reclining as well, and with the water. The statues were created in 1939. And so from the Poe statue and the Dora statue, we have now entered the Piazza San Carlo. So I got the pita to go, and you can see what it looks like. It's average. So check out this early 20th century, maybe even late 19th century parlor we found. The interior, the architecture is fantastic, as well as the tile floor. And I'm pretty sure they've turned it into a theater. The old Lux here. There, adjust that color down a little bit, that way you get the, or not the color, but the lighting. Get the idea what it looks like. Very nice. So we now made it back to the Plaza Madame here, which is right in front of us, and along with the castle there. Sun's going down, so I think it's time for us to retreat to our camping spot. I've already located one. Should be pretty good. Only about a 20-minute drive from the city. And I think we'll be back tomorrow. There's definitely a lot more chocolate gelato and things to try here that I am looking forward to. So hopefully I'll be able to provide you with some of that. Okay, one last thing before we wrap up day 84 here. I want to show you just how big the mole is, okay? Ready? Look at that. So it's almost 9 o'clock, and found this memorial statue here, which is pretty awesome, on the radio towers. And we have an incredible view, but right now there's a lot of smog and, well, can't see much. So, unfortunate. As well as a bunch of trees in the way, blocking all the mountains. And there's a lot of mountains out there. We're looking at images in motion here, and there's lots to see in this history of cinema. Really, I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but you can see the images changing as it flickers back and forth. It's really cool. Check out this one. And there was another one over here. So there's a lot to see here, and there's a lot to read about, all about light and magic, using a film and lens and mirrors, and a lot of antiquities from film. Of course, we have lots of teenagers here constantly making lots of noise. But if I had my brothers, you know, I'd do something about it, but then I'd probably get kicked out. So now we're on the second floor of the Cinema Museum. And what's nice, they've kind of turned this into like a 19th century parlor, I guess. I don't know what else to call it. And from the Cafe Torino parlor, we have lots of other exhibits. With the elevator that we rode through going to the top. This is a mask from a film. One of the immortal warriors. So this is another costume from 300. And it's really cool. I'm going to come in on the helmet here. They got the wear and tear from the battle on the helmet, which is really nice. Check this out. It's a neuralizer from Men in Black. And then they have here a spacesuit from the movie Armageddon. That's really cool. Look at, you can even see the backside in the mirror there. Check it out. That's really well done. The detail is amazing. So this RoboCop costume, I'm not too impressed with, but you know, it's 1990, so you know, maybe it actually did look like that. I don't know. I don't know if any of these are real, but you know, they could be. I'm trying to take myself out of the mirror here, just to let you know. This iRobot looks incredible. That looks actually like it did come out of the film. So from a scene in space to modern day teenagers in my film, and then all of a sudden we get into some sort of scene from the 1950s. Is all I can gather, which looks like it came out of something from The Shining, which is really cool. So they've done a great job creating this. I don't know what that is. It's kind of like a film projector or something. Not kind of. Oh. This is interesting. as a sort of a mad scientist lab with film. So that's cool. Michelle Pfeiffer cat mask from one of the Batman movies. If I'm not mistaken, it's either Batman Forever? No, I don't. Well, I can't remember. And then over here we have a Superman cape, probably from one of the first ones. And a Jurassic Park miniature little scene here, which is really nice. Very well done. Really awesome. So this is cool. This is one of the Sentinels from the Matrix. Little model miniature here. Just to give you an idea how big it is. I'm going to pan around and show you the rest. So this is cool. It's the personal identification of Tom Cruise, the Minority Report. The camera isn't picking it up, but when I move, the hologram on the photo changes. So from the Mummy of 2017, which not too many people like, but that is really cool. Look at that thing. It is huge. And then we have right here a voodoo doll from Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom with a monkey brain thing. That's cool. So if you're a fan of Spider-Man, you'll recognize the Green Goblin mask here. That's really cool. There's some other props which I think are fake around here, but this thing looks pretty legit. And then there's a tentacle from Dr. Ock here from one of the Spider-Man movies as well. That is really well done. I'm going to believe that this is real too. Look at the detail on that. So this is cool. It's a Sandman model, real, to human scale, basically. That's pretty awesome. And so now we have an actual Thor hammer instead of the big giant one outside. This thing is actually pretty big. I mean, it's Mjolnir here is, I can't pronounce the name of it, but that's Thor's hammer, at least that's what it's known as. The reflection is killer, so that's why I had to come in from this side. This is an Asgardian helmet. That thing is really cool. I'm gonna try and step around and see if there we go, that's better. You're gonna get me in it though too, but look at that. That is really awesome. To check it out on the way in, I didn't even see this, but there's a golden cow from the Ten Commandments. That's pretty awesome. And so now we have Piazza Carlo Alberto, I think it's Alberto, and with this incredibly beautiful building here. We saw it from the mole. You know what I find really interesting is history is so detailed, and with all these instances of wars and treaties, and it's so specific, the recipe of history, that we don't really know anything about it. And we walk by this stuff just taking for granted what has happened in history. I bet you if I ask 20 people that are walking around this area what this represents or what it signifies, they wouldn't know. I don't know either, but I'd like to find out. So this is gelato from a place called right here, Mara de Bosche. It's all one word though right there. But anyway, this is mango, coconut, and almonds. It's fantastic. So I came into a shop. It's a chocolate shop called Caffarel. And they're mainly known in Turin, started in 1870. And I'm going to show you what I've got here in a second. We did a little bag of mix and match. I'm not going to show you that because it's going to be gone in 5 seconds. But this right here is a hot chocolate, but it's more than that. It's like a thick hot chocolate, and it came with orange. And she asked me if I wanted the cream on top. I said, heck yeah. So I'll show you when I get through the cream what it looks like. It looks great on camera. It needs to be a little bit thicker. I thought it was going to be thicker, but I definitely taste the orange. So after getting the chocolate there, okay, I then walked literally right over here and saw this place, this fresh cut. You can't really see it there, but, and they had, this, I was like, that sandwich looks good. But then I walked inside and they had salads. So I got myself this giant salad with this curry and kurama, whatever that sauce is on it. And I got a lot of vegetables, so this is probably gonna be an early dinner too. So in the gelato tour here, I've come to our third place. It's called Alberto Marchetti. And this one is a white chocolate, okay, with salted caramel. It's really, really good. In fact, I think this is pretty much the best so far in Turin. So after our last gelato, I'm now exploring the town before we take off because I don't want to be here to sleep again in the heat. It was terrible last night, and it's going to be terrible again tonight probably. That being said, I'm at a crossroads. I don't know if I should keep going west or if I should just go back north where we were just a second ago. I mean, north is in a second ago what you just saw. This metro is kind of cool and funky. So I wasn't going to really say anything, but, or show this, but have you ever been into Deep Space Lounge? It sounds kind of cool, but when I look into the window, it looks like just a regular cafe. I'm really having trouble. I don't know which direction to take. All the buildings look absolutely beautiful. It's because I'm looking down this way, I'm like, oh, we should go down there. And then as I pan around here, I'm like, oh, we should go over here. It's all tough. So the details of the city are really nice. Look at this triangular shaped building right here. And then in the same frame, check this out. We got this painting just tucked away right there in back of another building on a building. And then as we pan out here, I want to show you this building we're underneath with the faces in the column. Really awesome. And then look at the ceiling right here, how ornate and decorated that is with the wood panels above it. Of course, again, we have our columns and our arches for the colonnade. We have our fantastic graffiti as well, but we'll discount that for now. So in 1901, a 3-commission panel, an engineer and two engineers and an architect or something like that. I'm messing it up. They tore down the city, at least this part of it, and then they built all this up instead because it was a slum and it had to be redone. And they did a heck of a good job, in my opinion. It's a beautiful architectural masterpiece. Just walking around this city is really amazing and fun. But it's hot, and I don't know how much longer I can take it. So check this out. This is the Porta Palentina, and it's actually an old Roman gate. 16-sided towers, 4 stories tall, at least one of them. And it's gone serious renovation in 1934 and 2006 to maintain it. And it's the northern gateway that came into the city here in Turin. Now, this statue right here is a copy, and it looks like it to be like a copper or bronze, probably copy of the Augusta of Porta Prima, okay, which is Augustus' wife, Flavia, had a house, a big house, and the first entryway in the courtyard, the Augusta of Porta Prima. I'm pronouncing it wrong, I can't remember exactly. The statue's in the Vatican, but that's a copy right there of Augustus. Just FYI. And somebody put it there because Porta Palentina here is similar to that, I guess, in terms of the names and so on and so forth. Now there's also another statue right here. I'm not too familiar with that one as of right now. And we have an old Roman wall as well right next to it, which is absolutely gorgeous. There is more Roman ruins, but I'm not too sure exactly where they are. I think an ancient theater is over here behind the fence. We can barely see it there where that guy's walking. And well, now I would also imagine this is the old Roman road, and because these are the type of stones that the Romans would use for the road, and you can see it goes all the way up there. It's uneven as all heck, and I walked it. The only thing that's curious about it is I'm not seeing any cart tracks, so maybe the stone has been replaced. I don't know, but fairly interesting. What's also interesting is we have this pedestal right here in the middle, and maybe a sacrificial, I don't know what that could have been used for. Maybe probably a statue, but it's vacant now. So just another part of awesome history here in Turin. So I wanted to come up here to give you an idea of how big the mole is. Now that right there is Via Po, which we started on yesterday. And then now you can see the mole and just how gargantuan that thing is compared to everything else in the city. Now, I'm thinking I might just come back after the next 2 or 3 days in the mountains, because there's a waterfront down here on the river that looks really inviting. The bridge we crossed, which you didn't get a chance to see, looked incredible as well. So there's more to see and do in this city. It's just that the heat is just driving me up the wall, and all I have is my car for reprieve.